esteemed guest, Ms. Sapna Santosh Kumar. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you join us for the talk on your career compass to move internationally. But before moving ahead, it's significantly intrinsic to understand what is the importance of education. Why do we pursue education? May it be formal, informal, non formal, vocational, professional, liberal, or technical, delivered either face to face or at distance. At last, in our minds, question always arises, how can we value our education? Not just to us, but there are myriad of leaders who were concerned about education. Albert Einstein asserted that education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the minds to think. This insightful idea in few words speaks volumes about paramount significance of education in our lives. There might be hundreds and thousands of reasons why we educate ourselves, but the salient reason is only one, of fulfilling our dreams. Our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, many a times insisted that dreams are not what you see while sleeping. It's something that doesn't let you sleep. So one should never forget that it's our goals, our aims, our objectives, our ideas that forges our dreams. However, it's our actions that lead towards the path of achieving them, justifying a Shakespearean idea that it's not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. So let us make our future now and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality, just like our respected speaker, Miss Sapna Santosh Kumar, who succeeded in giving wings to her dreams of pursuing her education abroad. She's currently studying at International University of Applied Science in Berlin, Germany. Additionally, she has extensive experience in applying for academic programs abroad and can provide valuable insights into the process. Her academic journey also includes a Bachelor's of Science in Biotechnology from Kanpur University, Mehsana, followed by a Master's of Science in Biotechnology from the Institute of Advanced Research. Furthermore, during her dissertation, she developed a one-step medical device as well for detecting C-reactive proteins in heart disease, showcasing her research expertise. Professionally, she brings 5 years of experience from MEQ's Private Limited, Ahmedabad, where she excelled as a senior process associate. She owns skills in corporate strategies, team management, and mentoring, which have been invaluable in her career progression. Expecting this talk to be valuable to all, especially those who are dreaming abroad but not having any idea how to apply, what are the documents required, where to find positions, how to send cold emails, etc. Hoping that you all learn from her and aspire to fulfill your dreams as she shares her insights and expertise on navigating an international career path. Now I would like to turn the floor over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nubha. That was a really warm welcome for me. Uh, so I guess my introduction has already been given by Nupur, so I don't think I need to extend any more on that. So let's begin with this talk, which is often neglected that, as she mentioned, it is difficult to decide whether to have a distance learning or whether to move actually to the international platform. So actually, am I audible to everyone? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay, that's great. A good response would be very nice for me because it is a, you can say it is the first time I'm expecting so much of audience apart from the office. So it would be nice. So let me share my screen and then we'll begin. Just give me a second. Okay. So I was saying, basically, it is difficult to decide whether to move to the international platform or have a distance learning. Both have pros and cons, but we are going to focus on moving internationally because it requires more tedious work and you need to find your place, which need to decide your country, need to decide which course you want. So it is a long journey and you have to be mentally prepared for that. So I have a kind of made a step-by-step process for you all. And in any doubt, you can always ask me. So let's begin with our agenda of this seminar. let's start with the. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this part. It is all my introduction that was already mentioned. So for today, we are going to start with the barriers. Actually, it is the last step, but I'm gonna begin with this because there are mainly three barriers you can find yourself in a pool. First is finance, second is language, and third is culture and lifestyle, which is often neglected actually, and which sometimes results in a, you can say, frustration when you actually move to the campus or internationally. So first is finance. We all worry about the finance. We all know that we uh, we cannot always get enough money to move to the internationally. So we need to make a specific plans how you can attain your finance stability over there and while preparing for the your movement. So there are few points I've written here, like you can also always take education loan, but it also comes with perks and cons also. So you can say it is good to take education loan, but it is also that you have to repay all those education loan after that your course is completed and everything. Second is savings. If you're working professional like I did for 5 years, so you might have savings from your work. And then is sponsorship. Sponsorship is basically a letter which you attain from any relatives or a reputed person that can be shown to your embassy, and they will actually verify if you're good to go, because when you move internationally you actually have to show your bank balance over there that you will survive and you can pursue your goal according to that. And then lastly, it is best for students actually, the scholarship. You can always attain for several scholarships, so you don't have to worry about your tuition fee. All you need to show for then your living expense over there. The second is language. So as you all know, like IELTS is mainly required for every country, right? But sometimes if you go to a country like Germany, Europe, and Japan and others, they might require IELTS, but it is important that you also have the native language in your resume or your in career. You need to learn at least basic level of language so you can survive locally over there, because sometimes university doesn't require your native language, but locally or in casual talks you need to learn some language. Then second, like it is written here, I am language certificate is not always required. Sometimes people say you go have a language classes and attain a certification. It is not always required. For me, so for example, in Germany, when I apply for job or any courses, they do not actually ask me for the German language certificate. They would just ask you if you can talk or you can understand a person in German language. That is enough for them. So actually you don't have to go for the certification. You have options to learn from YouTube channels. There are many free channels as well. So you can base and there's applications as well like Duolingo. You can go for that. So do not like personally I would suggest do not waste your money on certification, but give your time to learning those languages. And the last barrier is the culture and lifestyle. Sometimes culture is not always fit for us. We find so many changes, and it is kind of difficult to uh, adjust over there. And and a person who is rigid in your life, so they will find it difficult to adjust because there are so many different rules and regulation for every country, and there's tax payment like for Germany. Even a student have to pay tax here. It is not like India where we do not pay tax. We have to pay tax. pay any while we certain packages we pay, but initially we do not pay. So here it is totally opposite of that. And then work-life balance. Uh, India doesn't have a nice work-life balance, but other countries like Europe, especially Europe, they have a very good work-life balance. But we are not used to that balance, and we are used to Indian time or US time because their working hours includes more than 12 hours of shift somewhere. But here it is totally different. It is going to be 6 hours someday, going to be 5 hours someday. It changes every day. And it is kind of difficult to maintain, to manage actually your work and your other expenditures with your work. And if you're going for official documentation, you need to manage your time as well here. And the last is dress code, food, and climate. Climate is always different from India. So that is a big change and challenge as well. And food also. There's a lot of change in food, in cuisine, taste. We are not usually used to this bland food in everywhere. India have other taste. Oh, just a second.
Ma'am, can you please full screen your presentation?
Oh, yeah, hello.
Ma'am, can you please full
This one?
screen your presentation slides? Share the full screen in full screen mode, if possible. The
It is a
presentation which
full
you are
screen
running.
here. Yeah, it is full screen here.
No, we can see the third slide.
Third slide.
Ma'am, it mentions
Just a
in
second.
PowerPoint you can start the presentation mode.
Yeah, actually, I have started that one. I'm not sure what you're seeing here. Is it the same here? Like, is it same still
Ma'am,
showing same?
slideshow.
Hello?
We were requesting that you
Yeah,
make it
I
a
am.
slideshow. We can see the
Yes, I am doing that.
toolbar and everything.
Ma'am, there is a specific
Okay,
option
just
for
give me a second.
slideshow.
Alt
Yes, I
F5, ma'am.
understand that. I am clicking on.
Okay, so I think it
Okay,
might be some
just.
problem with the Teams.
Okay, is it showing now? Because I am showing up slideshow. I'm not showing that toolbox and everything.
Ma'am, from
Oh,
our
actually,
side,
ma'am,
we are still able to see the toolbox.
I'm not sure how is it happening. Just a second. Okay, and I've also did your suggestion Alt F5. It is still not showing there.
no, ma'am. Ma'am, can you like please click on the on the toolbar and on the slideshow, and in that you can select the from beginning.
Okay, just okay. Tell me one thing. Can you see my whole screen?
No, ma'am. Actually, your voice is breaking, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely fine if it's not.
Pin that slide button here.
It's
Yes,
absolutely
ma'am,
fine.
we
You can
can.
continue anyways.
Oh,
Yeah, ma'am, we can skip it.
oh, I'm so sorry for that because I am doing this slideshow here. I'm not sure what is the issue or like on your end you guys are facing that.
It's completely okay, ma'am.
Okay, should I continue that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I guess then thank you for understanding this issue because I'm not sure about what is happening what is happening right now then. Okay, so okay, we were on the barriers. So it is saying that before moving or before taking any decision, if you're going for distance learning or for the internationally you're going to move, you actually need to understand all these barriers that you're going to face and need to be prepared.
We are on the,
So
I
this
think,
is a
slide.
short
Right?
way of
We are on the first slide, I think.
hello.
Can you just go to the fourth slide? We can, yes, it's fifth. Yeah. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, I guess presentation is not showing to you guys, and this background is getting in between because I was on the fourth slide that as you asked
Yeah.
me for.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do with this thing then. Okay, so any doubts on the barriers? Hello.
Can you just
Okay,
you are
so
on
we
the
will move.
slide actually, that's why.
Okay, you want to see this barrier slide, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
We are
can
on
we
the
go
fifth
back to the
slide.
barrier slide, ma'am?
Yes, now fine.
Okay, great. Okay, so any difficulties in barriers or any doubts in the barrier?
It's fine. We can
Actually,
continue.
I had a doubt.
as
Which scholarships do we have for the Indian students, basically?
I have mentioned in the next following slides, I will come to that. This is just a brief review that you need to understand about the barriers. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So the next will start with the academic approach because all we know, some people move to the internationally for academic purpose and some go directly to their professional life. So I have divided this into two categories, academic and professional. The first one is academic, how you're gonna need to apply on the apply to the university, what are the documents required, and how you need to search for a perfect university that you need for your courses and regarding to your uh, culture that you like or the country you like. So this is basically first step, research and decision, where you need to decide what course you're going to take. Is it a bachelor's, master's, and you need to figure out the cost of living, cost of course, and the duration, country you're gonna have to choose. It could be Europe, US, Japan, New Zealand, whichever you like. So first you need to make a detailed decision about which university you're going to apply, and then what are the documents required. uh, every country have their own specific guidelines and documents. I'm just going to take the Germany as an example. Okay, so the common is the passport for every country. The second is specialized country based document. For example, in Germany they have uh, came up with the APS certificate for academic purpose. It is it is kind of a verification of your educational documents by a German government. Like they will cross reference with your Indian universities, like that you were a student over there and you have a valid degree. So it is an additional document that German government required. So it could be with any other countries as well. Maybe Japan has a different certification for them, or US. And then all your educational documents from your 10th standard, to your highest degree, and try not to laminate those documents, because few countries do not accept those laminated uh, documents, like in Germany as well. So do not laminate them, and then always check for the checklist as per the embassy. You can always find these on the embassy portals of your desired country, because they have different approaches with the documents. And for the visa, you actually need to go through with every checklist, and you have to get every document that is mentioned. And the next is CV for everyone, like for the academic approach as well, and for professional as well. And then the IELTS, or the country specific exam. So country specific could be anything for Japan as well, if it is a language, if they require language extensively. So that could be also one. The next is how to apply at the new university. Okay, so one of you asked for the scholarship, right? So it is a overall world's scholarship. Anyone can apply. For example, for Germany, it is DART, and then there's next is MCA. So this is a scholarship that you can apply and support you financially. But for how to apply in university, you actually first need to make sure that your university has acknowledgement from their country, and it is not a fake, because there's many fake scenarios as well. So consultancy is an option for you. So you cannot, so you will get to an authentic university, or you can also search by yourself, googling and cross-referencing with the consultancy website. For example, this Upgrad is very famous in India right now. So you can always contact them or call them and check their website. So make sure your university is authentic and have credibility. And then to apply in university, you can always contact any alumni on LinkedIn. You will always find alumni on LinkedIn. It is a common platform, and I guess it is worldwide, and it is usual to stay updated on LinkedIn and keep following all your desired career-wise people and companies. And to apply them, you can directly apply, or you can use consultancies. You can use scholarship website also to verify your university. And here I have mentioned, sorry, these two websites as well. If you're going for a PhD uh, purpose, you can always find scholarships as well here, and funding as well. There are two websites as I have mentioned here. I can also show you. Okay, this is the website here. You can see this page. Hello. Can you see this
No.
page?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. You can click on these. You can always find this presentation on the website then. So you can follow these websites as well. This website will give you a brief idea on how to apply, how to verify, how to fund yourself. So basically, it is an overall, you have to search for these websites then. So this is the basic for academic approach, and then comes with the professional approach. It is kind of similar, but for the professional approach, you need to get more detailed CV, more detailed work experience, and you need to make a detailed research as well. Because if you're directly applying for the profession, it is kind of difficult to adjust in the culture of their country or the company, because you would not have any information on their salary packages, what is the minimum wage, what is the minimum working hours. So that is one for the professional approach. So just make a detailed research, target your companies and target their fellows and follow them on LinkedIn. And I would strongly suggest for professional approach, learn language at least A2 level. That is a minimum one, but the higher level you have, it is best. But learn language if you're going for a non-English language country. Otherwise, you will face yourself in a very difficult place then. And documents are the similar, but for the professional, you definitely need to have a work permit. And how you can attain a work permit is either by contacting the company. If you get higher, some companies also sponsor those work permits. So that would give you an advantage. If you're going for professional, don't need to panic for the visa purpose. The work permit will give you an easy visa, and documents are the same. Yes, and for the CV, and letter is a must for every profession. It is said that it is not much required, but it gives you an advantage to to get placed on that desired job that you need. So it is a good suggestion, I guess. So you can always go for the cover letter. In here, yeah, for the how to apply, similar to the academic approach, you need to be on LinkedIn. You need to follow several websites. You need to search for your country's website and which jobs you desire. You need to make a detailed research, like for the Germany. LinkedIn is also good. It is a biggest platform here, but this example like Stepstone.de and this Zing.de, it is also very common here to use. So always check for the websites for job preferences for academic as well before moving internationally. And there are a few websites also. These are for Europe, like Euroscience Job, then nature.com and Euroaccess. You can follow these website. These website will also give you a brief idea of what kind of country you're going to be, what are their culture and what are their scopes for different courses and how to land a job there. And okay, so these are the approaches and how then we'll move to resume, cover letter and CV. As I guess we all know, CV and resume are two different things. They are not similar. So CV is generally for the academic and research purpose. For example, if you're going for PhD or any fellowship, you need to create a CV which have more detailed academic positions of your experience, and if you have done any projects and everything, so you need to put a detailed information over there. And then resume is mostly for like industries, industrial companies, where you have to show your work experience more, like how many years, what are your skills, those things. Professionally, what you have gained as a work experience, you need to mention in in the CV. Oh, sorry, it is in resume. I've mentioned here as well. And then is a cover letter. So I said it is strongly suggested by me that cover letter is a must. It is, however, it is not compulsory, but it will improve your stake to land a job. So, and cover letter is generally like it gives your introduction, like what kind of personality you have and what professional background you have. So it is not a must, but you need to write it yourself. Do not use Chat GPT or any AI stuff, because the companies, the hiring managers, they do a cross reference if you have used Chat GPT or anything. So try to make it yourself, try to make it as authentic as you can. And then you can always check like for the CV, resume, and cover letter, you can always tailor your these things according to your job professions, the profiles that you need. So always tailor it as per the job requirement. Do not just make one CV or one resume and post it everywhere. Need to tailored one and always edit it for the job. And as I guess few of you will ask me later on how to create a CV. Do not use Word like MS Word Office. They have the templates to create your CV, but do not use. They are free websites as well. So always invest in a good CV because that is the main portal to land a job, or you can say to show your experiences, to show yourself. So free websites are available here. You can always Google them. And if you're students, especially students, and you're applying to a university and you got admission, you can always ask your admin office to provide one website or to help you create a CV. Because in India, they generally do not uh, like they do not give such importance to CV sometimes. But if you move to internationally, there's a totally different pattern of CV that they recommend. So you need to tailor according to your job as well and according to the country you're going in. So focus on CV. Even as professionals will have to focus on CV, but as a academic approach as well, you need to focus on CV also. Because when we once move to internationally, everyone, if you're even applying for a part-time job or a mini job, you can say, they will ask for CV. They are not going to take an interview directly. They will not entertain you directly. They will first see your CV. Like if you're going to apply online, they will filter your CV. If they select your CV, then only you're gonna have a personal interview with them. So it is a bit difficult. So that is why I am emphasizing on this on this part. So focus on this one. Even though you're a student, after finishing your academic classes, you will have to focus on the CV. So start from the beginning and mention each and everything that you have learned in your past experience as a student, as a profession, and make it formal. Do not use any informal languages. I have here's a sample of a CV. You can see. I'm zooming it because I don't. I guess this would be better. Okay. Is it good for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, okay. So you can see this is a sample of a CV. You can say resume will also look like that, but there's a difference in this. See, there's a language difference here. It is German language here. I guess no, it is Spanish here. So sometimes when you move in a non-English country, you might have to create your CV in the language that country speaks sometimes. So you need to make it properly, clean, finished. It should be finished, have a finishing, and no extra information. Just keep it short, brief, and formally. See, skills, always add skills. So keep acquiring new skills and tailor it according to your job preferences. References, you do not actually have to mention the references because if you move internationally, I don't think they would actually call your references because then they would be in India. So it is not a required option. You can always write here available on request. So if they actually need references, they will ask you to give one. So if you do not mention any references, always mention here languages. It is not here, but include languages in your references. Give a brief, detailed, and formally information of your experience. And write each and every task you have learned. Okay. So next is cover letter. Has not about and how passionate you are about the job profile that you're applying for. So it is going to be introduction, your introduction, like where do you stay, your phone number, all those details, and then a brief introduction about what kind of experience did you had and how interested you are. Then second is body. You can always mention your achievements here, the skills you have learned in your experience, or how dedicated you are for the next job, and what expertise you can put in their team. So you need to mention as well. So clear about the cover letter? Okay. So I guess academic and professional approach is fine with everyone, right? So let's move on to the jobs. Okay, so I've already explained about the CV, resume, and cover letter. But for the students, what kind of opportunities you're going to have internationally? So for students, you cannot work full time because of your visa. So there's part-time mini jobs. Mini jobs is basically like working for 3 to 4 hours, and part-time is more. So these two types of jobs a student can do because of limited working hours. So you can always manufacture your working hours here with your company. Then always have an updated LinkedIn profiles, improve skills while even you're a student. Always improve your skills and add your skills in your professional or academic level. And here I've mentioned that if you're a student, cover letter is not a necessary option, but it would be good if you have. But an attractive CV for both students and professional, it is a must. And as well for professional, you need to be more discreet about your LinkedIn profiles and have a targeted companies. And there's one suggestion for professionals is actually, if you're directly applying, target your companies, and before applying to the positions, always follow the members of company on LinkedIn, and then look for the position, what skills that, they require, and then according to that, manufacture your cover letter and your CV, and then apply for the post. That would give an advantage because even if you apply through their company portal or you just apply through LinkedIn, they actually search your LinkedIn profiles. They go through with their profiles and see if you're an eligible candidate for their job or not. So that suggestion I would give you to keep that in mind for professionals. Students can also do that. It will just give you an advantage also. And for how to apply for the jobs, like similarly to the academic and professional approaches, as I said, you need to have a research about the websites and everything. Similarly for jobs, they have job applications here. And for like I mentioned, Germany, there's a Job Valley, Job Teaser, there's also Zing. So these are few applications that you can apply These application works like you need to upload all your documents in that. They will verify those documents and give you suggestion for your jobs. Uh, so you can apply and they will give you contract and everything. And same for the professionals. Always keep those application in your phone. Keep applying because initially, keep that in mind that initially you're gonna face a lot of rejection based on several things because to international company they do not some like mostly they do not entertain foreigners. They prefer to keep those profile uh, to the people of their own country. So it is going to be difficult initially, even though you will see like Europe have a labor shortage and everything. They do have actually labor shortage, but still they have a mindset of keeping those job profiles to their own people. So they initially you're gonna face this rejection a lot and everything. So keep applying. Do not lose patience. And yes, these are the things. Next is like as it is saying, to reach somewhere you need to leave from somewhere. So these are the barriers, these are the process how to move internationally, how to create your documentations. But if you do not move from your country, you will never learn how to live in a different country, how to face that, how to experience all those things. So before thinking about moving, keep these things in mind that you are going to face a lot of difficulties here, but you may also find new experiences, new fantasies, you can say. You get to travel, like benefits as well. So if you do not leave your country, you will not find any new things in your country. So that was the technical part. uh, I guess everyone is okay with that. The next is as important as those technical part is mindset. If you do not have a mindset to move internationally, if you do not have like if you have a rigid personality and you do not believe in adjustment, then it is a very difficult for you, I guess, I believe. And so you need to make up your mind that you're going to face a lot of difficulties. You need to face those challenges all alone. So mindset is a requirement and necessary, and it is out of question actually that if you're not prepared, you can see like once you move there you'll see what happens. Do not keep this attitude actually. It is not healthy. So prepare your mind because a lot of challenges that I have mentioned here, like you need to make peace with all these challenges. Like you're going to leave your friends and family, all those years that you have lived in your country, all those happiness or experience you have, those are not going to be same here in internationally. You are actually starting from the zero. Maybe you are moving from one place to another in your career level, but emotionally it is all going to be from zero. There is going to be no help. So be prepared for that. Then second is financial crisis. You are always going to find yourself in a financial crisis. So be prepared, make strategies, how you're going to focus on that, how to struggle with this. Because once you move internationally, uh, even though you have taken an education loan or you have sponsorship, scholarship, you still have to manage your financial expenses, and you cannot always ask your parents to give you money. That is a very hectic part for everyone. So make a strategy how you're going to deal with that. Initially, I've mentioned that you need to make a detailed research on how to apply, what are the cost of living and what are the cost of your tuition fees. So make a list of that and make a plan of financially before applying or before moving anywhere. And then the next is work. And you can say that in India, I guess all are from India, right? So in India, we have to work more than 5 years in academic. You have to work, like you have to study all day. Then one part is that you do not have to worry about the uh, struggle, like making your own food. It is in internationally, you have to do it all by yourself, from study to work to cleanliness to make your food. Everything is upon you. So the work is a lot more than your home country as you expect here. Like you're gonna move internationally, you're gonna roam free, you're gonna have fun. You will have those things as well, but with that, you're going to face all these things as well. So it is kind of physically, mentally, and emotionally tiring to work everything. They're going to be like a lot of fun you will have, but keep these things in mind that you're going to face this as well. And it is not wrong to face all those things. So don't think like, no, I'm not going to face all these things. I'm prepared, I'm emotionally, I'm mentally strong. Everything will changes once you move internationally. So be prepared for that as well. Keep that in mind actually. So these are the basic challenges. So I guess everyone is aware of these now. And then after knowing how to apply academically, how to apply professionally, and main things that you need to focus is on CV, documentations, and challenges. The next is then kind of important, like you can do all these things step by step, but the thing that you will don't have an information, or you, many people don't give you information, is what to do before landing in your desired country and after landing in your desired country. These are the main things also. So try to book everything, your flight tickets, your accommodation, prior to your visitation here and internationally, because expense matters. So flight tickets in advance, like 2 to 3 months, is very good, because in that way you can also check your baggage, like how many baggage you are allowed, and you can plan and manage your packaging as well, like packing in clothes and what are you going to take with you. So it is, I guess it is first step, I would believe. Book your flight tickets in advance, then finalize your accommodations. If you're a student or a professional, you both can ask your company or your university to help in the accommodation. You can always have a campus accommodation in universities, but sometimes it is full or it has a waiting list. So you will have to move to like any other option. So ask your universities to help, and for professional, ask your company to help in that. And they also have few applications also, actually websites, you can say, where you can find your accommodation. Like in India, sorry, in Germany, there's a Wonder Flat named website where you can see, like you can have a pictures of that apartment you want, and accommodation. Like if you have friend or family and any relatives internationally, then it is easy for you. But if you're first in your family and you're moving internationally, so try to make friends before moving. Like they would be, like in university students, there would be student council, so you can get contact with them or can follow alumni. Try to make friends, don't just come here alone, because because in Germany, actually, for example, there's a lot of scam with accommodation. They will show you pictures and they will ask for the money to deposit, and then when you land here, they will not receive your calls. So avoid these kind of scams. Keep in touch with your touch with your university and company as much as you can. They will definitely help you because they know you are a foreigner, you're international person here, so they will definitely help you. So do not hesitate to contact them. And the next thing that is important is travel insurance. Actually, visa will also require travel insurance. So keep that updated and keep all your documents accessible. Like upload your documents on your Drive, email, cloud, or mail it to your mail it to any person so you can access those because every time they're going to ask for the document, so it should be handy. Always keep currency, uh, foreign currency actually, like 100, 200 euros or dollars, whatever it is, but keep currency with you because you will not have any account here. So that would be helpful. And the next is get an international roaming package for internet and calling. That would make it an easy. And all. And the next is, yeah, be aware of your flight layovers. Time management is crucial because when you fly internationally, there's always one stop, at least one stop in countries. So manage your time, be prepared before traveling. And yes, packaging list is important. If you're moving to a country with the cold climate, you need to pack more winter wear, but do not overpack because Indian winter wear is not going to work in a cold climate country. So pack that much that you can survive here for at least 1 to 2 days and then purchase from their country itself. And the next is after landing, what you're going to do is firstly, the first most important is purchase a permanent phone number because everywhere you're going to put your phone number for job, for college, for any official documentation that you're going to do. And then next, finalize your accommodation. In few countries, like I guess it is also in US as well, and Europe country, you need to register yourself in the city. These are the documents that documentation that no consultancy will tell you, I guess. So you need to. That is why I was saying try to contact your alumni and university that what uh, steps you have to do after landing here. So this is important. And then register yourself, obtain a matriculation certificate because for student they need a verified document that you are actually a student here and this is an authentic university. So matriculation is certificate is important. Keep this handy always and carry an original till your documentation is complete. Then do not carry an original because they will not provide any other one then. So I'm taking in Germany example. The registration is called Anmeldung here, which is important. Without that, you cannot open your bank account. Even for phone number, sometimes they require Anmeldung. There's an option before permanent phone number. You can always have a temporary one if you actually need. So you can purchase a temporary phone number as well. But then register yourself, obtain an Almondang matriculation certificate, and open your bank account. In few countries, even in US also, they have tax ID, SSN, like Social Security numbers for the working. If you're going to work even as mini jobs or part time, they need your tax ID as well. So these documents, like in India, you can attain these documentation within 1 week or 2 weeks. But actually, in foreign country, it takes a lot more time than India. Like for example, me when I came in Germany, it took me around 1.5 months to obtain all this documentation. Uh, some might some might think like I have mentioned work-life balance as a barrier in the beginning of these slides. It is actually a good thing, but I mentioned it in a barrier because of this situation, official documentation. The work-life balance makes it a little tough to obtain this documentation because they have certain hours and they do not entertain direct involvement. You have to make an appointment and then need to visit that place and obtain this. Without appointment, you will not be able to get these. And if you miss one appointment, it's going to take like 4 5 days more to get on a different appointment. So this is a barrier for international students, work-life balance initially, because without this documentation, you cannot start working there. So keep these things in mind. And for students, do not think that after matriculation or after 1 month we'll start applying for jobs. No, start from the day one of your complete documentation, because it is going to take time. Like I mentioned, they do not entertain foreigners as much they entertain their local people. So start applying. You're going to face a lot of rejection. So do not panic, do not get depressed. It is a part of life. So you need to keep this in mindset that like keep this open mindset, no expectations, then it would be very easy. Like it would be easy for you to survive here. But if you come with an expectation that you're going to have fun, you're going to clear your classes, education in like certain time that mentioned, do not keep this kind of expectation. Just keep yourself that you're starting from zero and you have to work as more as like you have done in India, much more actually. You're going to face frustration, panic, you will have a breakdown sometime. So it is all normal, but be confident that you are going to obtain this desired goal that you have set. And after, like it is going always be 1 to 2 years of hard working. After that, it is you have all these experience. So these experience will help you to move forward professionally, student wise as well. So mindset, I would say, is the biggest part of moving internationally. So I think I have covered everything. If anyone have a question, you can ask, and we can just have a quick recap that frame of mind is important. Thorough research of your career, your country, and the yeah, for research of a career, country you need to do, in which country have more scope of your desired career. Like example, Germany have more career for automobile or engineer and healthcare. It might not be same for different profession. So apply according to that. Then documentation is a must for everyone. Keep it clean, do not laminate it, and always be aware of your barriers and find the solutions before coming internationally. So I guess that is all in my experience. If anyone have questions, you can ask.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an informative presentation. With the help of your presentation, we learned how we need to be financially and emotionally strong enough to move, prepare our financial, professional, as well as cultural strategies well in advance so that we immerse ourselves within a foreign culture. Thank you so much for sharing with us all the insights and your experiences. Now the floor is open for all kinds of questions in case you have.
Anyone have any question?
let me start with the first question. Is there any
Sure.
difference of applying in the public university and in the private university in Germany?
Yes, there's a for applying process, it is same. You have to apply through the university websites. You can apply or you can use consultancy. The difference here in Germany is that private university will cost you some tuition fees and all. Public university is free, but there's a language difference also. Uh, Public university will teach you in German language, so you will have to know the German language. That would be necessary part. And maybe for that as well, in visa, you will require a certification. That is why you have to apply through the university websites.
Thank you, ma'am. I also wanted to ask which will be the best university in Germany to go for humanities and social sciences studies, if you know any.
Actually, I'm not certain about that course, like which university is good. But in Germany, I can give you an overall brief example. Like BSBI is good, but in Germany, have a respected, they have respectation for every course. Okay, so you can apply anywhere in Germany. The only thing is that how you will going to follow those protocols that I've mentioned, and you need to like I don't know much about this course, but you need to make a thorough research about this if your career has a scope in Germany. Like I mentioned, that Germany is mostly for the healthcare management, for automobiles and engineering. So these are the top prominent fields here. So you need to make a thorough research for that actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else who has any questions may please ask.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, I would just like to ask one thing. Like you said that you would need a mindset, and there will be so many difficulties that you'll be facing mentally and language-wise and otherwise also. So I just
Yes.
wanted to ask why whole this process would be worth it of the for the same. I mean, we all got the difficulty part, but I want to know the incentive part or the benefit part of the same compared to our country, working in our country.
Okay, so the difference is okay. Let me ask you one thing before. Are you a
Yes,
student or a working professional there?
ma'am, I'm a working professional. I'm a chartered accountant.
Okay, and how many years of experience you have?
Ma'am, almost 9 years.
Okay, almost 9 years. And what are your working hours here?
Ma'am, as I'm a practicing chartered accountant, my working hours are, I mean, they are decided by me. Like, I work for 6 hours on daily basis, and in the busy season of, let's say, July to September, I work for 8 hours or 8.5 hours.
Okay, so it changes, like, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Actually,
between
the
60
thing
hours.
is, yeah, I get your point that if you have to face all those challenges, why move internationally?
Yes.
It is actually mostly for the experience. If you need to expand your experience career wise also, you can move, of course. But the thing is that the work life balance, I know I have mentioned that in the barriers, but it is only for the starting period. You said you work for 6 hours, hours and it is decided by you. I'm not
Yes, ma'am.
sure, like I'm not aware of that profession that much. So do you get weekends off, or is there any day where you work less than 6 hours?
Yeah, I can work for less than 6 hours also. And let's not compare it with me. We can compare it with the one who are in jobs. So for the job ones, I would say they have the weekend offs and their working hours are 8 to 9 hours. So I think
Actually,
that will be a
see,
better
it is
comparison.
see, actually, it is not the comparison, actually, it is an individual experience. Okay.
Okay.
So you have 9 years of experience, right? I had 5 years experience. Okay. And my working hours included more than 8 hours sometimes. And
Okay.
even I have to extend according to the work. Like if they expect me to extend, I need to extend, and I would get incentives also. That was a plus
Yeah.
point for my company. But sometimes what happens if you are in a, for example, let's take engineering profession, right?
Yes.
They would ask you to work for more than 12 hours. And few companies, they do not even provide incentives. See?
Okay.
So initially they would say that you have to work like 6 hours for a day, but they will expect you to increase your working hours day by day, and they would not give you any incentives. And if you ask them like my working hours this to this, but when it comes to the promotion time, they will not give you promotions, or they will give reasons. So that is actually company part of India, that they do not appreciate a hardworking person. Okay. But here in Germany, especially in Europe area, the work-life balance is that you will not have to even extend 1 minute of your time. The government has given right to public. Even if company will ask you to increase 1 minute, you can file a case against that company. So these are the, like, government have given this power to the public, and this will create a work life balance. Even though after struggle, you are already struggling in India, right? You have your experience. So when you move internationally, initially you are going to face those challenges, but once you get used to those things, used to work, like if you professionally moving here, you will have to work only 6 hours. You do not have to extend even a single minute, and you have weekends off, right? So that is all an individual experience. It is like said, if you do not move here, if you do not take risk to move here, you will not going to know what is going to happen in future or in new country. So that is an individual perspective, you can say. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely. Thank you, ma'am.
Great.
Ma'am, I want to ask another question.
Yes, please.
Can someone really make enough money working part-time to support themselves financially during their studies?
Yes, we can do that. Like everyone can do that. See, I'm again taking a Germany example. They have a very nice package here. Even if you work part time, they will give you like the basic wage starts from 10 euro, and it goes up to like 20 euros, even for the part time person. So for the part time, if you're working 6 hours a day and 5 days in a week, so you calculate it yourself that you are going to earn more than 800 euros a month, right? And the living expenses here is not that much. You can say the accommodation will cost you more, but if you compare it, it is not much, and the living expense will, you can like you will not have to ask your parents to provide that if you're earning that much here. So it is easy actually. And yeah, of course, you have to keep in management, like do not exceed your expenses unnecessarily. So you can even survive in a mini job as well.
Okay, ma'am. And also, like in France, we have to pay for the social security insurances over there as a student. Is it same in Germany as well?
Social security, yes, actually you have to pay the taxes here as well. Um, they have this compulsion here because they are providing like in front of that they are providing many facilities to you. So the taxes here is important and you cannot neglect that. Before previous question was that how much you can survive with the minimum wage, right? So I said you can survive in that because you're paying that much of taxes, which results in less amount to spend in expenditures. So that is why tax is important here, and it varies according to your profile. If you're a student, you have to pay less taxes, but yes, eventually you have to pay them. And the
Thank you, ma'am,
facilities
for
that
your.
I'm mentioning that, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the facilities is enough for you. Like you do not have to spend that much on traveling because you are not going to have your personal vehicle here. So they're giving those facilities. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering this question. I would request other students also to ask if you have any kind of question, even if it be very general. No one has the questions, we can move on. I would pass, the floor to Bharat.
Thank you, Nupur. I would like to conclude this session by giving vote of thanks. So, on behalf of Pahal Horizon Research Summer Internship Program, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your active participation in this webinar on Career Compass to Move Internationally by the esteemed speaker, Ms. Sapna Santosh Kumar ma'am. We would like to express a sincere appreciation to Ms. Sapna Santosh Kumar ma'am for sharing her invaluable insights, expertise, and experiences in navigating international career paths. Her guidance has undoubtedly enlightened us and broadened our perspectives. Special thanks to all my team members for your enthusiastic engagement and thoughtful contribution throughout the webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I guess I have answered all of those questions.
Of course, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was very informative.
Thank you.
You all can leave the meeting.